Hello and welcome back to Twinstrology. I'm Marla and this is your Twin Flame and Divine Partnership Energy Report for January 25th until February 9th. If you would like a personal reading with me, please visit my website, which is twinstrology.com. I do astrology and tarot readings, and please follow me on Facebook at Twinstrology. I want to say thank you to everyone that sent me messages and made comments on my videos and my posts, and I really appreciate all of you, and I have not been able to respond to as many as I would like to, and I know some of you have been worried about me. I am doing fine, as you can see. I've just been doing a lot of my own inner healing and clearing right now, as well as doing a lot of transmuting for the collective energies, as all of you have been doing transmuting as well, and it's been very tiring. It's been a very exhausting couple weeks. I have a lot going on in my personal life right now, but I'm doing well. Okay, I'm taking my own advice, which I've been telling you guys for the last few months, is that you have to take time for yourself because it's time for you to receive, and you have to make the space of receiving, which means not always giving, but pulling back and just having some quiet time. And I know that's hard for twins because we're here to be of service, but if you're giving so much that you're blocking your own path, that's not healthy either. So please make sure you find balance. And we are in this huge time of balance. And we have a lot to talk about today. So the energies over the next 2 weeks, it's kind of more of the same, guys. You know, I hate to say it. I know everybody wants to hear that the energies are going to be rainbows and unicorns, but I have the feeling that the next couple weeks are going to be strenuous because we're doing a lot of clearing and purging. We are in this new space, and there's new that's trying to come to us. But unfortunately, many are still clinging to some old things. And so over the next 2 weeks, you're going to be asked to face these things and let go of them. And letting go is, it's never easy. All right, so the first thing I want to talk about is a little aspect that we have going on today. Today's the 25th of January. And that is the asteroid Odysseus is in conjunct the asteroid Penelope. And I know a lot of you who've written to me really connect with this myth. So I definitely wanted to talk about it. And in conjunction is a karmic aspect that's asking you to release something in order to bring it into alignment. So keep that in mind. So the myth of Odysseus and Penelope. Odysseus went off to fight the Trojan War, and he left his wife behind. And he was fighting the war for 10 years. And then on his way back home, his ship was blown off course. And he was taken hostage. And it was another 10 years. So I think 20 years altogether before he got home to his wife. Meanwhile, Penelope was getting pressured to marry someone else. Everyone thought that Odysseus was dead. But she was very clever, and she kept finding ways to avoid getting remarried. And eventually Odysseus does make his way home, and they are reunited. And it's very much a myth that twins can connect with, because there are a lot of challenges that have to be faced, and you have to be patient and stay true to your union, stay true to your ideals, stay true to what you know in your heart, even if other people are pressuring you to do otherwise. All right, and then on the 27th, we have a new moon in Aquarius at 8 degrees. So new moons, as you guys know, are when the sun and the moon meet, and it's a time for us to set intentions for what we want to create in our life. So this new moon in Aquarius, it's about breaking free of your karmic patterns, breaking free of authority, becoming more aligned with who you truly are and your authentic self. Aquarius is the rebel. Aquarius doesn't care what other people think. And Aquarius also looks for the greater good of the group rather than focusing on their own wants and desires. Another interesting aspect that's going on at the same time is we have the asteroids Isis and Osiris almost exactly conjunct each other, and within minutes of the new moon. This is the healing of the divine feminine and the divine masculine. Osiris represents the divine masculine. Isis represents the divine feminine. To me, they represent the epitome of twin flames and what twins represent. It is the time right now that the divine masculine is undergoing their healing, and this is sending in new energy. Now, it's Isis who heals Osiris. Osiris is murdered and dismembered, but it's his beloved Isis who tracks down every part of him and resurrects him. So I want the divine feminine to remember that and keep that in mind as we go through these next couple weeks. And this aspect, they will be conjunct each other for about the coming 2 weeks. They'll start separating more as we get towards the next full moon, which is a lunar eclipse, by the way. So, I point that out because I think it's important for the feminine to realize that you have this important role of helping to heal the masculine right now. And yet, at the same time, we have to maintain balance. How do I want to say it? You don't want to give all your energy to your twin, and I'm going to be talking about that a lot. Yet, you want to hold the unconditional love and the space for your twin as the masculine goes through their healing process. And with Osiris and Isis, we've also had Venus and Mars traveling very close to each other. They haven't made a conjunction, but they're about 5 degrees of each other. So we have, in that sense, the masculine and feminine working together as well. We also have Venus squaring Saturn at this new moon. Saturn's karma and your life's path. Venus is love. You're trying to balance this, and you have to let go of things. Again, this is clearing karma. Clearing the karma that's preventing you from unconditional love. And asteroid Kali, which I'm using to represent the goddess Kali, is trining Uranus, and later on in the week she's going to be conjuncting Saturn. Kali is beginnings and endings. It's letting go, it's destruction, and it's destruction of the ego. And that's a lot of the process that we're going through right now, is destruction of our egos. With Kali trining Uranus, something can happen unexpectedly that, either shows you what you need to release or precipitates some kind of release for you. All right, I'm going to read you what I've channeled around this full moon. And it is on an 11 day as well. January 27, 2017 adds up to 11. And the new moon is on the Sabian symbol. A flag is seen turning into an eagle. So this new moon is all about your transformation. And it's setting us up for the eclipses, which are coming next month. The next 2 moons are eclipses. So when we get to the full moon eclipse on February 10th, that's going to be where we really let go and release the stuff that we're working on over this next 2 weeks. Big time of transformation. Okay, your spirit, which is being represented by the eagle, is breaking free from tradition, ethics, old templates, karma, karmic relationships, and fears. You can see the flag as being that authority, okay, government, authority, rules. And because it's an Aquarius, like I said, we're breaking free of that, which is being shown by the eagle. You can think of the eagle also, as the flag is turning into the eagle. It's like resurrection, almost like a phoenix rising from the ashes. And you're breaking free of these things through love. This energy of new beginnings requires you to break free from any old stuff that is lowering your vibration. This is a big shift we are going through. Stay in the moment as best as you can. It's time to bridge the past and the future. For many, this relates to past lives. It's time to let it go. The best thing you can do for your twin flame right now is focus on you, your healing, your process of letting go, healing your stuff. You don't have any control over them. You have to trust them now. And you have to trust yourself. And I'm going back to that myth of Odysseus and Penelope. And trusting. They didn't know. They were out of communication. They didn't know what the other was doing. But they still trusted and they had faith. And they kept working towards their goal, each in their own way, until all the obstacles were cleared away. So trust that your twin is working just as hard as you are. And trust yourself. Trust all the information that you get right now. It's a very fated time, and everybody is going through this transformation. The energy is difficult at times, but Spirit is asking you to choose love every time in every situation. Don't let fear, anxiety, anger, or abandonment issues move you from love. They're coming up for healing and releasing so that the masculine and the feminine can come together. You know deep in your heart that the story has a happy ending, but you must detach now in order to allow the universe to do its magic. In order for that happy ending to come to you, you must detach. Even if you are struggling with things now, know that it is in the process of being healed. Take action steps at this new moon, even if it's only setting intentions, because this is a really powerful new moon with new beginning energies. Again, we're gearing up for this full moon eclipse, and that's going to be a whopper. So, and really take time for yourself over the next 2 weeks, because things are going to get more intense. I'm also getting the message for you guys that your words that you speak are very important right now. So make sure that you watch what you're saying. Try to say it in a place of love. Try not to send out negative vibrations right now, or remember that you're manifesting is what I'm trying to say, and focus on the thoughts that you're putting out there to the universe. Not going to be, a cakewalk, but I know that you guys can do it. Then on the 28th, we have Mars entering Aries. And this is going to be great because that's Mars' home sign. It's going to boost the masculine energy, and you'll be more focused on yourself. Although I feel like shadow issues will come up for you, because when Mars is in Aries, I feel like you're going to see ways in which you're being held back. Mars in Aries wants to go. He wants to do things. He has a lot of courage. He doesn't have a lot of patience. And yet you're going to feel like you're stuck, like you can't do what you want to do. Then on the 29th, which is another 11 day, 1-11-1, Mercury is going to be conjunct Pluto. Actually, I'm just going to say that Mercury is going through that T-square. So he's going to be conjunct Pluto and squaring Jupiter and squaring Uranus. And the Mercury-Pluto conjunction is on the Sabian symbol. The Union Jack flies from a new British warship. And I felt like this Sabian went along really nicely with the other Sabian, a flag turning into an eagle that we have at the new moon. Because again, we have this theme of like governments and control and authority figures. I have in my notes flag, intimidation, class issues. Don't get caught up in this political energy that's going on. See the truth, see through the illusion of it all. You're likely to see or know some truth that doesn't make you happy at this time, and feeling stuck. But know that you are healing and that you must surrender to the universe, trusting that all the circumstances are in your highest good. We also have Vesta opposing Union. Okay, Vesta's at 24 degrees Cancer, Union's at 24 degrees Capricorn, and they're both squaring Jupiter. They're pretty much in that T-square as well. Vesta is actually the fourth leg of it. It's going to make a cross, and at the time of the eclipse next month, it's going to be pretty exact, I think. Cardinal cross. So where are my notes? All right. Vesta opposite Union. High frequencies are coming in, and as they do, think of it as pushing the dark up. Okay, for twin flames, running from your shadow side is getting to be more and more difficult. You must transform now in order to ascend and in order to manifest your union. Right now, this is inner union. Remember, Vesta is retrograde, and when planets are retrograde, they're more inwardly focused. Okay, so think about balancing. You're balancing the masculine and feminine, the light and the dark, fear and love. Okay, you're taking two opposite energies and trying to balance them. This can come out feeling really weird at times. But what I'm getting from Spirit is that you want to embrace all parts of yourself. You want to embrace the light and the dark and the masculine and feminine and the love and the fear. It's all part of who you are and what makes you who you are. Don't judge or condemn yourself at this time. Accept and love yourself. This is not something that you need to push either. Just allow the stuff to come up and witness it. And the universe is helping you take care of the rest. You're likely to feel pulled in different directions because of these like opposite energies trying to balance within you. Or you may feel like your mind is going from one to the other. And I've been personally going through this a lot. It's like 1 minute I'm feeling this way. 1 minute I'm fine, I'm happy. The next minute I'm crying. And then, a minute later, I'm back fine again. And then something will happen and I'm sad again. It's like, it can make you feel like you're crazy, but the universe is telling me that there's a divine order and a divine process to it. Not to fear it, not to stress about it. Just like allow whatever comes up to come up without attachment, though, I want to say. Don't get attached to the stories. So, for example, when you get sad about something, don't get attached to the stories behind it. And also, detaching from your twin at this time. Not detaching from your twin like forever, but detaching your expectations is very important right now. The more that you resist the process of it, the harder it's going to be. The process is just working through you. So like I said, you don't need to really push it. And allow your emotions to come up. Allow yourself to feel them. On February 3rd, Venus enters Aries. When Venus is in Aries, she's more flirtatious, aggressive. She speaks her mind and she goes after what she wants. We also have Destin conjunct the South Node at 3 degrees of Pisces. So Destin on the South Node. Remember, South Node is releasing the past. All right, I want to talk about this a little bit more. The South Node has been playing a really big role here. And Chiron as well. And I've been talking recently, the last few months, about Chiron, who's been aspecting the T-square, and Saturn as well, and how this is allowing you to get in touch with multidimensional aspects, and you're able to see all the possibilities that are before you. But this is also allowing you to connect with the past, to us as human beings alive in the 3D world, we call it the past, but we know that there's aspects of ourself in other dimensions living different lives. So these, what we call past lives, they're all actually happening concurrently. So the energy right now is really allowing us to connect with these other dimensions so that we can understand what we need to clear out, what's blocking us. One of those is also Destin conjunct the South Node. And Kali is also conjunct Saturn at the same time. So this is like seeing what you need to let go of. Part of your transformation. You could get some kind of insight as well. Perhaps see some past lives. And actually, as we move into February, there are a few aspects that could make it easier if you have not seen past lives yet, where you might be able to tap into them. For example, on the 1st, we also have Pallas conjunct Neptune at 10 degrees Pisces. So this is dreams, visions, seeing patterns, and you might even, pick up some stuff about karmic patterns that you've been facing. But Pallas represents your third eye. So when she connects with Neptune, think of it as expanding your third eye and helping you to tune into other dimensional energies and seeing those patterns in this life and also your alternative lives. Then on the 5th, we have Jupiter going retrograde, and that's going to be from February 5th until June 9th. And he's going retrograde, squaring Venus in union. So Jupiter, what I'm getting from about his retrograde is that he's assisting us in the letting go process. Think of it as a transitional time as he's retrograde in Libra. Because he's in Libra, a big place where you're going to undergo this transformation is in your relationships. So remember what I said when Jupiter first went retrograde and how he's not going to allow you to continue living in these bad relationships that you're in. Because, a lot of astrologers was touting this as this transformation of relationships. True, but first we have to get rid of the old idea of relationships, which is what's happening now. And as Jupiter goes retrograde, this is going to even be more intense. And if you're trying to hold on to relationships that aren't good for you or karmic relationships, and this is not just romantic relationships, this can be a relationship with anyone, I think you're going to get pressure from the universe to let it go. It's time to move on from those that don't serve anymore. And this includes thoughts around relationships and your expectations around relationships. Very important. Again, take back your power from karmic situations or those that drain you. Letting go of expectations. Gonna say it again. It's gonna come up more in the cards, but it's so important right now because your expectations are blocking any kind of manifestation. All right, we'll talk about that more. On the 7th, Mercury enters Aquarius. So new insights, ideas, seeing truth, seeing the bigger picture, and there'll be, again, a focus on groups. We're going to have both the Mercury and the Sun in Aquarius. Then on the 9th, we have the Sun sextiling Uranus, as well as Pallas opposing Karma. Now remember, the asteroid Karma is in retrograde. I talked about that in my last energy report and how this was helping us clear some karmic patterns. So about these aspects, I have that you're going to know what needs healing or letting go. You'll get the insight if you haven't already gotten it. You must surrender attachment to outcomes. Many of you are going to say that's impossible. but the universe is helping you. So I completely understand how difficult this is. And for many of you, you want union with your twin so much. But you're putting this intense focus on it and this intense focus on them. And it's not helping your situation. You have to let it go, because the universe, you're fighting against the universe. And for some of you, the way that your union is going to come about is in unexpected ways that perhaps challenge you. That, I've talked about this. I've been talking about this for at least 4 months, if not longer. That the universe is manifesting your dream, but in not the way you plan. And that things can look bad and things can look like they're going south. And you just have to trust. But for a lot of you, this will be coming into play. It has come into play, or it will come into play. Remember, we have 2 eclipses coming up. And when we have eclipses, you get fated events coming out of the blue, okay, with unexpected things. The universe is just going to shift you. And we have Mars conjunct Uranus at that first eclipse. And the eclipse is going to be an aspect to that. So, if you're too attached, when the things start shifting, you're going to go into fear mode. That's why you have to release your attachment, because if you go into fear mode, what are you doing? You're lowering your vibration. You're blocking things from happening. You're blocking your own healing. So you just have to trust. And you know in your heart if you're going to be with your twin or not. I'm pretty sure most of you know that. And you just have to focus on that truth that you know. And I'm sure you've had signs and synchronicities and messages from the universe around it. So trust in that feeling and let go of everything else. This is the karmic stuff that you're trying to release. Because for many of you, the reason why you have these strong expectations around your twin is stuff that's happened in past lives. You've had lives where you were separated, where you've been ripped apart by tragedy, where there's been death. And it's put these fears and distrust in you. And they're acting out again right now with these expectations. So you're just going to let go of all of this stuff at once. Also, you can be free of the authority of others. Okay, the sun's in Aquarius, sextiling Uranus. You're going to be feeling very rebellious. You're becoming whole and sovereign. Miracles will happen. I can't read my own writing, sorry. With the eclipses, again, things are going to be released. And as you let go of these expectations, you're opening up your heart, and it's making a space. You're creating that space for the love and abundance to come to you. Remember, what you want to receive, what I've been telling you to make the space for. You gotta let this old stuff go. I want to go back a minute because another thing that's going to be happening is we're going to be getting upgrades. This is probably, you'll start feeling it around the 5th, probably around the time that Jupiter goes retrograde. And it's going to be getting more and more intense. The day of the eclipse is going to be very intense with upgrades and downloads. So this is another reason why I'm telling you to rest and relax now. I mentioned Vesta and how Vesta is making up the 4th, turning this T-square into a cardinal cross. Vesta's playing a big role here, and everything that I talked about in my Vesta video is happening, okay? The balance of the masculine and feminine energies, the flow of creativity that's coming in, and the new beginning energy and the ability to manifest things very quickly. The return to sacred sexuality. I've seen a lot of people posting stuff recently about that return, like viewing sex as sacred again and seeing it has a connection to the divine, and the purification process. And this purification is so important, and it's not just the karmic and the emotional purification that we're going through, but there's a physical purification as well. So take care of your body physically. I've been on a detox for 3 weeks, and I don't even have the urge to put anything. All right, well, I had some potato chips yesterday, but I've been really good about eating clean, and I've been juicing and trying to take care of myself. So physically take care of yourself and know that these upgrades are coming. So I would suggest eating healthy, drinking lots of water, and get in the bathtub as often as you can with some Epsom salts or some sea salts. All right, so that is the energy or the astrology part. How long was I? 37 minutes. Yikes. That means I have to get through the cards quickly. Okay, so I did draw a few cards around what the majority of twin flames were going to be focused on clearing karmically, and these are the cards that I got. A bunch flew out of the deck. So lessons and blessings. Okay, so the universe is telling you that the situations that you experienced in past lives, no matter how painful, and the things that you're going through in your life right now are lessons, and you need to see those lessons as blessings because they taught you things that you needed, and the energy is supporting you now, whether or not it seems obvious that it is. High priest or priestess, you're powerful beings, and it's time for you to begin to remember how powerful you are and the sacred knowledge that you carry. I know another thing that a lot of people are dealing with is allowing your gifts to come out. And there's been a lot of lives where we were persecuted for our gifts, for having the third sight, for seeing beyond the veil, for being able to communicate with the dead. And we became afraid to speak about it. But now it's time to let that go, to know that these gifts are from the divine, and they're a blessing, and they're making you strong. karmic relationships. So in one respect, this card is meaning that you have to deal with relationships from past lives that are playing out again in this life for healing. But when I get this card, when I'm doing readings for people, this means twin flame to me because it talks about reunion with a beloved soul from a past life. So I'm feeling that you're clearing a lot of the blocks that you have towards your union. Wars and battles. Remember, we're healing the divine masculine, and all of us have been the divine masculine at some point in time. We've all fought in wars and battles, and I feel like this energy can be seen coming up again in a lot of other ways, you know, with the political system and everything that we have. And the divine masculine needs a lot of healing around this. This is a lot of trauma and a lot of psychological damage and fears. So we all need to pull together and send healing energy to actually both the divine feminine and masculine, because of course women have fought in wars as well, and women have been the ones that have had to pick up the slack, and they've been the ones that have had to wait at home, not knowing whether their beloved was coming back or not. And again, I'm thinking of Odysseus and Penelope, and how that's just one example of wars and battles and the karmic situations that are created. The goddess that's overseeing this new moon in Aquarius is Michelle, Medicine Woman. You are a channel for divine healing power. Commanding power is not the same as demanding it. Demanding it comes from a childlike place akin to a tantrum, based upon fear that it might be withheld. Commanding is based upon the sure and steady knowledge that you are part of the Great Spirit's grace and wisdom. You're a lightning rod that can conduct the power. Simply connect to the power through unyielding clarity of your thought process. Don't waver for a moment in your sure and steady decision to be a conduit of the power that already resides in you. Connect to the even bigger source and allow it to amplify your natural power. In this way, you're a steady connector of the infinite, from the infinite and to the infinite. In other words, it's all spirit around you, through you, and to whomever you're healing. Various meanings of this card. You're a healer. You're being healed. This situation and or your loved one is being healed. Honor your healing knowledge and abilities. Learn about healing. Teach the healing arts. Start or continue your healing practice. So pretty clear message that we are in a great time of healing. Both you and your twin flame, and a healing in the collective energies as well. And to do our best to send healing out around the world right now, helping support people. I'm looking at the beginning of this as well. I'm talking about demanding and commanding. Demanding comes from a childlike place akin to a tantrum, based upon fear that it might be withheld. Commanding is based upon sure and steady knowledge that you are part of the Great Spirit's grace and wisdom. So, again, I'm thinking about releasing attachments. Releasing attachments and expectations to your twin flame. Are you demanding? Are you demanding union, or are you commanding it? Are you coming from a place of fear because you fear it's going to be taken away from you? Or are you commanding it, knowing in your heart that it's meant to be and it will come to you at the right time when Spirit deems that it's so? All right, the overall energy for twin flame unions, the Ace of Wands. Okay, so this is new beginning, guys, and a lot of passion behind it, a lot of energy behind it, and it's force of will energy. You being the manifester, you bringing this new energy in through your strength and determination. Staying focused and staying in your power. I want to say this is about ego too, and releasing the ego in order to allow this new beginning energy to come through. The romance angel's message about where unions are right now is forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. It may not always seem that way, because as you're going through this process, and things are coming up for you, you may feel like it might be hard for you to stay in your heart, hard for you to feel love. Again, don't feed into the story. Do your best to release it, live in the moment, and get back to that feeling in your heart, and know that what's meant to be is meant to be, and that this is just a stage. What is in alignment for twin flames right now? Ten of Swords. This is death. This is the end. And I mean the end as far as letting go. Full transformation. Allowing your old self to die so that you can be reborn. It's like complete destruction. So again, not easy, but I feel it's like a low point too. You know, when we get to the tens, a 10 is really a 1. So it's the transition point. It's the last of the suit, but you're transitioning because it's also a new beginning. If that makes sense. So letting the old go so that you can be reborn. What is out of alignment for twin flames is the Two of Cups. So this is union. Okay, so there's energies afoot that are hampering you coming together in union. It's an imbalance in the masculine and feminine. It's needing to heal aspects of the masculine and feminine still. And it's also your expectations. Two of Cups. Cups are emotions. Twos can be duality. You know, it's like you aren't fully in vibrational alignment with union right now. And the process that is occurring is helping you get into that vibrational alignment. Part of it's the releasing, part of it's the healing, and definitely letting go of expectations. The role and responsibility of the feminine energy right now is the Ace of Cups. All right, well, the Ace of Cups is a great card, and it's also about new beginnings. We have 2 aces already in this reading. So that's confirming that there's lots of new energy coming in. And the cups, like I said, are all about emotions. But what I'm getting around this, okay, this is part of the release that you're doing. The Ace of Cups is about your cup getting filled with divine energy, divine love, renewal in love, healing. Okay, love wants to come into your life, but you need to make the space for it. So you can see in the card, the cup is full. And in other decks, you'll see the cup being held out and a hand pouring in water to the cup, and the cup is overflowing. So the message is that your cup is full. There's no space for anything else to come into your cup. So the universe is like, I want to send this love to you, but there's no room. So you have to empty. You have to empty your vessel. You have to make space. You have to purge and purify yourself. And so that's what you're being asked to do. That's why I keep saying to you, get in the position to receive. Spend time alone. Spend time in quiet. Connect with yourself. Find out what's holding you back so that you can release it to make space for this new energy to come to you. How the divine feminine is seeing the divine masculine. Temptation. So this is the Devil card. So I think divine feminine, what you're going to see is you're going to know that your expectations of the divine masculine are holding you back. The devil is all about your self-inflicted situations that keep you chained, that stop you from expanding and growing. And that really stop you from being in your heart. This is karmic relationships, addictions, self-defeating behaviors. And specifically for the feminine, again, it's those expectations and the stories that go along with the expectations. So when your twin does not act in the way that you want him to, that you expect, you get the story going in your head about all the ways your twin has wronged you. And this is keeping you chained to the past. And again, I feel for a lot of you, it's based on past life situations. And, they're trying to come into your awareness. That's why you're going through it. They're trying to make themselves known. Remember, your twin is your mirror. They're trying to reflect this back to you for you to see. So I think over the next 2 weeks, you're going to see that. And, you know, this card too, it can be obsession, which is way too strong of an energy to be throwing out there because it's, you know, blocking the manifestation. So let go. The Romance Angels message for what the feminine is feeling about the masculine. Pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. So I feel like when I get this card, I just see it as the universe is trying to send messages to you and maybe you're not seeing them. And it's like the universe saying, hey, pay attention. And I think you're going to get messages around ways that you're self-sabotaging yourself by your self-defeating behaviors and patterns and past karma and expectations. These two cards really go together. Okay, so what needs healing for the feminine energy right now? Magic. Okay, so this card goes here too. You are a magical being. You are the magician. You are creating your reality. You can have everything that you want, but you have to embrace your power. But what they're telling me is that too many of you are giving your power to your twin. That's the Devil card, the Temptation card. The energy that you're giving to your twin is actually draining your power. And it's stopping all the vibrations from aligning. You're much more powerful than you realize. And your words are much more powerful. Remember I said that at the beginning and how I was getting the message that words were powerful? Okay, now it's becoming clearer. And you know, we have Mercury conjunct Pluto. So yeah, when those two come together, it is powerful words. And watch what you say. Remember that you're creating. Don't let anyone else take your power. Even if it's not your twin, if it's a karmic relationship. And again, it doesn't have to be romantic. It can be anyone in your life that's draining your power. And I'm thinking again of this card too. High Priestess, High Priest. That's the magic card too. You have this magic within you. And let this magic come out. Let your gifts come out. This is going to bring in more confidence as well. What the feminine can do to help herself overcome or to help herself heal is the Eight of Cups. This is transitioning. This is going within and getting in touch with what is no longer serving you so that you can release it. It's time to move on, and you can see there's a new moon on the card. There's nothing left for you where you're at right now, or This is Tristan and Isolde on the card. And it's at the point where Isolde gets there too late to save Tristan. He's already dead. I know it's not a very positive card, but it's like where you're at in your life right now. The things that you're trying to hold on to, they're dead. They're gone. They're not allowing you to grow or expand. And so the only way that you can continue to grow is by walking away, by making the shift, by releasing. 8 is the number of karma as well. Yeah, okay. They're saying like in the past lives where you or your twin was killed or died, and the energy that you might possibly still be harboring in relation to that, and how this same energy can be triggered now. So we're moving on from that. And the romance angels say engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. It's through this healing process that you're ascending and you're taking things to the next level. So I know it can be scary when you hear people say, you have to let go of expectations, you have to detach from your twin. But yeah, that's the message that I'm getting. You know, really what they want is for you to just put the focus back on yourself. Not to worry about what they're doing. Okay? You got to trust that they're taking care of it, that they're doing their share, that you have to trust that what you seek is seeking you, that there's universal order to this. And take this leap of faith. It's another thing that keeps coming up in readings. Take a leap of faith right now and just trust in this new beginning energy, and just allow things to just move through you and flow and go. Really take some time for you. I'm going to say it again. I'm sorry. And not focus on them so much. That's really what they're asking you to do. It's not that hard. We can do it. All right, for the masculine energy, their responsibility and their role right now in the energy is the 5 of Cups. So the masculine energy is going through a hard time as well. They're going through a grieving process. They're awakening more. They're transforming more. And part of this is grieving the loss of the old self. When you go through an awakening process and you go through this transformation, there's this point where you don't know who you are. The old you no longer suits you, and yet you haven't fully stepped into your new self, this new powerful spiritual being that you're becoming. You're just kind of in that void zone. And I feel like that's what a lot of you masculine are going through right now. And the energies are affecting the masculine a lot too. And they're having a lot of emotions come up. Depression, sadness again. And Spirit is asking them too to take a leap of faith, to realize that what you guys are going through right now is just a stage. And there's a lot to be grateful for, even if you can't see it right now. This card too is about letting go, releasing the old, grieving the old so that the new can come in. You know, we have 3 cups that are tipped over, and he's so focused on them, he's not seeing these 2 cups over here that are upright. Okay, and that's representing the 2 of you. Okay, there's still hope and things to be grateful for. How the masculine is seeing the feminine. 8 of coins. Right, the masculine, you are working very hard, masculine energy. And you want the feminine to know that you're working very hard, that you're very dedicated to this cause. Not to give up on you. I feel like the masculine energy is going to be going through a lot of purging over the next 2 weeks. Well, we all are, obviously, but it seems like it's going to be more intense for the masculine, maybe because they have not healed as much as the feminine has. And again, I think it's also where they are in their transition, which is kind of that void zone. And as well as not knowing who they are, it's also shifting from the old way and the old people and the old situations to the new. And again, there's often that time where your old friends don't fit you anymore, but you haven't found the new friends that are going to support you. And hopefully the masculine energy will try to get some rest as well. The Romance Angels card for how the masculine feels about the feminine, calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. And this card is saying, I feel that the masculine is doing that. They are working on manifesting union. What the masculine energy needs to heal right now is the 3 of Cups. Well, I feel like the masculine is, you guys are having a hard time finding joy right now. You're having a hard time seeing the bright side of things. You maybe are feeling alone. Perhaps some of you are drinking too much as well. Focusing too much on the negative, which goes with the 5 of Cups as well. Focusing on what you're letting go of. And so there's not a lot of joy or celebration that you're feeling in your life. You're really just feeling lost and discontent right now. And again, in that void zone. What the masculine energy can do to assist their healing is the 10 of Cups. Masculine has quite a few cups, so I think it's going to be an emotional 2 weeks for you guys. This is focusing on the happiness, focusing on a happy ending to everything, focusing on, you know, coming together with your beloved. Just trying to focus more on joy. What the romance angels have to say to the masculine about their healing, make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. Follow your intuition. Trust your inner guidance. And this card actually can be not listening to your higher self. And so that might be a message for some of you that you're not listening to what you're being guided to do, and you're being told, make the effort to do the clearing and the healing. Don't run from facing yourself. Again, if you resist, it's going to be harder for you. All right, the energy that twin flame unions are moving towards over these next 2 weeks is awakening. All right, we're moving towards more truth. More things are coming to light. And remember, we're moving over these next 2 weeks, we're moving and shifting towards a full moon eclipse, which is going to be a big release. So you will be seeing more truth. Trying to stay optimistic. Obviously awakening. More twins are awakening their energy. What I mean by that is we're going up to the next level in our awakening. Coming together as well. Coming together, yes, but it's a process, so I don't want to give the impression that in 2 weeks, you know, we're not having expectations, is what I'm trying to say. You will come together when it's time for you to come together. But I feel like this card is representing inner union and coming into balance with inner union and living more from your heart, living more in joy. It's like when you let go of the old stuff, you release that. This is letting in more light. Okay, and the other decks, this is the Sun card. So more light is coming in, more truth, more awakening, more clarity, being able to see more, understand more. This could also be awakening more of your gifts and abilities. And knowing what you need to do to move forward. Which brings me to what the romance angels have to say. Release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. So on one level, this is releasing those karmic relationships. And there's still a lot of twins that are in karmic relationships. And, we're getting pushed now. Now that Jupiter is going retrograde and with these eclipses coming up, we're getting pushed to sort that out, to make some decisions. And they need to be let go in order to come into union. Also, release your ex, I feel, has to do with releasing your expectations around your twin once again. Bring the focus back to you. And, just stay in your heart. And remember, on this card, we have the Cupid and Psyche, and this is the point where Psyche passes all her challenges, and she wins back Cupid's love. It's like they overcome everything that stood between them, and they find love again. And Psyche is made a goddess. So it's a sign that this is just a stage. This is one of your challenges. And clear it out to move on. And stay focused on your heart. And when you find yourself getting lost and going down the old road, the old patterns, going into the old story, just stop, breathe, go back to your heart center, go back into your knowing, and try and shift your vibration out of that. But witness it and try and get to the bottom of why the fear is coming up for you. And the universe is going to help you release that. So, at times, maybe a challenging few weeks, but also it's going to be so rewarding because this is really allowing us to take advantage of this new beginning. And we're going to be making so much progress very soon. Besides the eclipses that are next month, then in March, Venus is going to be going retrograde, and that's going to be shifting a lot of stuff for twins that I'll be talking about soon. So sorry that this video is so long. I hope that you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. Again, if you would like a personal reading with me, you can visit Twinstrology.com. I love you, and I will see you soon.